Boom, 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 boom. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the last Monday of March edition of Morning Mindset. It is March 27th, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining me here on Morning Mindset. So, it's your first time here. This is how the show works. You get in here, check in. Let me know who you are, where you're from, what's in your cup, how's the weather in your area. Here, it's a little frosty outside. We're in the Midwest here in Illinois. I had to think where I lived. Where the hell do I live at? Jeez, Western Illinois. It's a little frosty outside. There was frost on the windows, but it was a crazy weather weekend. Our friends down south. Hopefully, everybody's safe. It was crazy. That storm came out of nowhere for them, and then today, or for us on Saturday, I think we got like 6 inches of snow, and it was gone by like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And there's still remnants of it, but it was a crazy weather weekend here, so we didn't do a whole lot. It says it's sunny out. I got some water in my cup, and we're ready to rock and roll today. The other thing I need from you is your 5 things. What are 5 things that you have on your list that you're going to accomplish today? So me, it's Monday. Monday, we usually have a decent sized list from stuff that carried over from Friday, things that came in over the weekend, ideas that popped up, things I need to check on. So we got a big list of things there. But our top 5 things we got invoicing I got invoices I need to send out. We've got quotes I need to send out. We've got shirts that need pressed. We got DTF that needs printed, and we've got orders that need to ship out. So those are our 5 things that must get done today. So like I said, when you get in here, check in. So that way I'm not just chit-chatting myself here. Because we've got stuff to talk about besides all of this. We're going to talk about emails and messaging. We've got a no rush order on Wednesday we're going to talk about. Then there's some shows. We had Impressions this past weekend, DAX Minnesota coming up this weekend, and then DAX Tinley Park in 2 weeks. And then we got second quarter starting next week, right? So we've got quite a bit to talk about today. So let's check in and see how everybody's doing. Darren, good morning to you, my friend. 27 and sunny in Topeka. He's got water in his cup. First day on the tour. 5 Keys homework. Very nice. Call Strange Music. I'm guessing that's a music company. Shirt design. Post a topic on the OSG page. Write an about page in the Highland Games sponsor form. That sounds like a great day. Barb, good morning to you. North Central Minnesota. 15 and sunshine. Snow possible tomorrow morning. Water in the cup. Yeah. I'm over snow. I'm over it. After this past weekend, I am over it. Jerry, good morning to you. Hello. Renee, 30 in Chicagoland, water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. Yeah, I just need to be warm, like 50s, 60s. Give me that, and then we'll be good to go. Jerry said, nice intro. Well, thank you, Jerry. We've had that one for a little while now, so I might have to change it up, but I dig that one. Barb's got her 5 things. She's got quotes, set up for this week's work orders, schedule, prom dress alterations, and continue to work on website updates. Way to go, Barb. Brian's checking in. He's got 38 and sunny Mountain Dew. It's pretty standard for Brian. Mountain Dew in the morning. Designs, embroidery, quotes, decal printing. Sounds like a nice busy day there, Brian. Brian tuned in on Friday. Congrats to you. You did a great job on Friday. If you missed out, Brian was co-hosting the Marshall and Allen podcast, and he did a great job with it. I think you have a knack for it. You should do that more. Step in there, step in front of the camera, do a little more lives. You did a great job at it. So super proud of you. Congratulations. Clapper for you. Rogue Fence, good morning. Elkhart, Indiana, water in the cup, 40 degrees. Yeah, a little bit warmer than us. Not too far from us, but a little bit warmer. So a couple things that I want to talk about today. So this week we got a busy week because both business-wise and so I guess professionally and personally. That sounds a lot better. Tomorrow night we have there is no Tuesday with Todd because we have another meeting with the school for the Portrait of a Graduate, which has been a fun program to be a part of. So we're looking forward to session 2 of that tomorrow night. So that's why there's no Tuesday with Todd. Wednesday, Corey is going to pick up Kyler because he graduates. I'm not 100% sure. He went off to Ohio for sergeant training and testing. And so he graduates from that tomorrow. So she won't be here, which is why on Wednesday we're doing no rush services because it's going to be a cluster of a day. In fact, we're probably going to get everything through Tuesday, and with us not being here Tuesday night and then Wednesday, it's going to be tough. So I'll probably turn off rush services tomorrow, after 10 a.m. because that's the same day. And then everything else will just go to 2-day and it probably won't get printed until Thursday or so. So if you need something rush and you need it this week, I'll make sure to post it everywhere and do that. Make sure that the pop-ups are on the website, but you need to get those orders in today. So that way, boom, you can make sure that you have them. So that's on because Kyler's in the National Guard. So yeah, that's on Wednesday. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday is kind of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is going to kind of be a mixed bag of treats because it's going to be a rough couple of days there. We also have Krista's moving back home, so we've got stuff that's going in and out. We also for our other kids that bought a house. For our housewarming gift for them, we got a bed, and so that's supposed to be delivered tomorrow. So Corey needs to go over there and make sure that gets. It's also it's a busy week here, and I believe we got next week or the week after soccer starts up. So yeah, it's definitely that time of year where everything starts rocking and rolling because we are in the last week of the first quarter, which means Monday's show we're going to talk about second quarter goals. We're going to review our first quarter goals. There's some updates that we need to do, and we're going to talk about how those went, what happened, and how we can change those to better off for that second quarter. So make sure to tune in for that. The other thing, let's see. So we went down there. Is there shows going on? So let's check and see before we get too far. Cody at 44. 44 sounds really warm when it's like 30. Watering the cup, going through all the materials from Impressions. That's what we're going to talk about. A ton of DTF prints to get printed, quotes, press some shirts, continue working on a new website that went live on Friday. Congrats, Cody, on the new website. And hey, a lot of people wait until, everything's got to be perfect. Everything's got to be perfect. Look, the best time to launch that website is now. It's going to have issues. We're going to have things that go wrong with it, and you're going to fix them along the way. So kudos to you to get that out there. And let's talk about Impressions. So we had, I knew quite a few people that were headed out there because Impressions was in Atlantic City this past weekend, Thursday through Saturday, right? Thursday through Saturday, yeah. And there was mixed results. People said, hey, it was smaller than it's been years past. 100% knew that was going to happen. They said there was lacking on equipment vendors. Yeah, we knew that was happening. They were really surprised on the lack of DTF there. They said everything was, pretty much everything was converted printers, which remember, if anything's a desktop printer that has a single head, what they mean by converted printers, pretty much all of your DTF printers are going to run Epson heads, right? It just depends on which Epson head. And a lot of those like L1800 based ones, the print head just doesn't handle the white ink very well at all. So you'll run into issues with it. So there's a lot of those. There's a handful of commercial ones, but they said it just wasn't what they were expecting. And we knew that going into it for Impressions Expo Atlantic City. It's kind of been like that for the last couple of years, where the Long Beach is great and Atlantic City is kind of meh. But for the people that did go, they said when they got to network with other people, it was an amazing experience there. When they were able to the classes that they attended to were great classes. So they said, if you know me in trade shows, I never, unless there's something specifically I'm going to that trade show to see, product or vendor, really don't care what vendors or products are there. I, number one, always care about education. What is the education? Is there something that they're doing education is that make the to that show education, and then from education that goes down to networking. A lot of our best friends we've met through trade shows, so if we're able to go there, network with some people, get to hug people again, get to talk, get to have some beers, get to talk about our successes, our failures, laugh, cry, doing all that. We already know that in DAX Chicago that there's going to be tears to be shed. Quite a few people that are going through, and we've been there for a little bit. To see you there in Chicago, give you a hug, and I think at this point, people that said they were going to buy me a beer, I don't think I'm going to have to buy a beer on Friday night. Which no, I'm not holding people to that. It's always fun when someone says I owe you a beer, but the networking part of it is always super great for us. Just to get there, talk, see people. And those are the two biggest things: is education, the network, and then after that, seeing it. Now at the smaller shows when there's not a lot, hey, I think those are great. You want to know why? Because that means I can see everything. Like we did Long Beach this year and did 2 days, and I still didn't get to see everything. And why was that? It's because of classes that we took. I took classes. I was chatting with people in booths. I was looking at different equipment. I didn't even get to see everything. There was, other influencers in the industry that I watched their videos on it. I'm like, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. And it was because it was such a big show, and we only did 2 days. So next year, if we go, it'll definitely be 3 years, or 3 years, 3 days, which that there's a whole logistical thing from like November through February, deciding what we're going to do, because there's the Disney cruise in November. And then in February or in January would be Impressions Expo. Beginning of February would be APA, and then end of February, I think, is Mexico. So there's a lot going on. I'm not sure what we're all going to attend, but crazy time coming up for there. But so that was this weekend. So if you went, let me know, what was your experiences at Impressions Expo this past weekend? You're very welcome, Brian. Like I said, I thought you did great at it, and you should do more. Order 300 hat patches and hats, quotes, order blankets for Spirit Wear, meeting with high school PTO. Love it, man. Way to go. Go crush that. Renee's grocery shopping, UPS to drop off orders, test adhesive, run patches, artwork, spend hours on hold with IDS to continue to deal with the PUA issues. That's what, 2 years now? That doesn't sound fun, Renee. Freeze checking in, 47 and cloudy in Northern Kentucky. Diet Coke, packing orders and modeling a new product. Like wearing a new product, or are we modeling where we're making a new product in like 3D, right? Yeah, which one are you doing there? Jerry, someplace in Ohio. Sounds like national security. Yeah, it's someplace in Ohio. I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah, Cody. And what's the address? And here's the other thing. This was our first time in Impressions, so I don't know if it was good or bad, but it was fun for us. Very disappointed with the DTF vendors, though. The salespeople really could answer questions. So let's address that. If you've never been to a trade show before, you don't know what to expect, right? I'd done trade shows in prior businesses and stuff where, if anybody knows Chicago, where we'd go to like the McCormick Center, and it's taken up both sides, so it was ginormous. And so when you go to, a place where it's just in a conference room, you're like, oh, well, this is small. But if you're new to it, you've never been, you don't know what to expect. And so you've taken a good handful of people to like Dax Tinley Park for their first time, and they were just super overwhelmed. And that show isn't even what it was, in 2018, 2019. So it's a completely different show from then, a lot smaller. But you go there and you learn, right? There's so much to see. It can get overwhelming. The biggest thing is, especially if you're close, the one thing I love about flying into shows is I don't take a lot of stuff with me. Why? Because I don't want to lug that stuff back. There's catalog after catalog, samples after samples. By this stage, it's only stuff that I really, want to test out or see or mess with that we take those samples on. Everything else, I'm like, just send it to me. If you can't send it to me, then I don't need it there. But yeah, I heard that the DTF vendors were lacking. And a big part of this is because a lot of them are just box movers, right? That's what they're doing. Is they're not in it for you or the service. They're in it for the sale. They don't know the ins and outs of it. They just brought stuff in. They were able to import some stuff, from China, maybe have it rebadged, and that was it. They don't have the big ta-da behind it. They don't have the support. They don't have the service. And so it can be tough. That's why, as much as it pains me to say, well, it doesn't pain me to say it, because, I've seen a lot of people get screwed over the last 3 years with DTF. A lot of us got in, with the converted printers. That's what we started with. I went with the best one that was available that I could find at the time, which was the P600. And then, ended up with 3 of those, and, only 2 of them ever worked at a time. They were constant, one was constantly down one way or another. And when we were going through a head every 6 weeks or so, and at, $600 a head, I'm like, well, if I'm spending this, I might as well just go commercial. And so, that's what we did, is we went commercial on it, and it made a world of a difference, especially in the maintenance side of it. Way less maintenance, way less issues, and we've had it a little over a year now, and we've replaced 1 head in it. And the big difference is you're going from, a $300 to $500 head now to, a $1,200 to $1,800 head. So, it's a big difference in it. But the quality is so much better. But we did a lot of research beforehand, and it wasn't so much the machine, because a lot of them are the same. They're just rebadged, right? They're just That's all it is. It has a different shell on it. What it came down to me was the service after the sale. What kind of service are you offering me? What happens if this goes down? What kind of warranty? And anybody looking to get into DTF, look at that fine print on, for DTF printing. A lot, they're only going to be, warranted 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months tops. There's not a huge warranty with it. And that stuff is, not on the ink delivery system. So that's not covering, print heads. That's not covering dampers. That's not covering capstone stations. That's not covering any of that. That's just considered, hey, those are all, what's the word I'm looking for? Consumable parts. They're things that are going to wear out, and that's not covering the warranty. So you want to make sure you check into that, because you're going to drop $20,000, $30,000 on something, which, when you look at it, by printing your own transfers, you're going to save, $1 to $3 on it, right? And as a transfer printer, hey, are we the cheapest out there? Absolutely not. We're the most expensive out there? Absolutely not. Where we need to be to feel comfortable with it? Yes. One of the reasons that we're not the cheapest is just in my experience, when you are the lowest price, you get the lowest value customers, the ones that are nitpicking, the ones that, want you to do more, want you to do artwork for it, want to complain, and it's just not worth it. We charge more because we feel we offer a premium service. When there's issues, we take care of that. We set things up beforehand. We walk customers through it. We do our best to provide, top quality service with it. And that cost, right? There's that added cost to go in there with it. Now, we do have a couple things. We will have the VIP group that will launch next month. We think we got everything figured out with that to make it work. So the recurring payment, so we can have it on Square or have it on our Ecwid site, and then have the recurring payments come through Square. So we'll talk about more when that's ready to launch there. But we're going to start off small. There's probably only be 15, 20 people tops that we're going to let in it, because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves with it. And that's the way to do it. You know where you're at with it, know what you're doing. But that service is so important, because what happens when you go down? When we were one of the first ones, that made a purchase from DTF2U, which now DTF2U is going through a little restructuring. So it looks like they're going to relaunch. And I'm actually talking to the owners. That's on my schedule here to talk to them this afternoon. So just to see where things are, how things are changing, and what to expect from it. But 2 weeks ago when I talked to them, they said nothing's going to change. Everything is going to expect the same great service, everything with that. And that's my thing is, are my supplies a little bit more from them? Yeah. But that's the thing is, I've got phenomenal service, and that's what counts to me, is the service side of it. Impressions Atlantic City is difficult to get to, so people I've spoken with don't go because of the hassle. And that's what I've heard too, is that it is difficult to get to, and it's just costly. So unless you're in the area, they just don't go to it. Like going out to Long Beach, that's a completely different one. That's a ball to go out there. Sweet one, I'll buy you a beer. Show up, right? So we'll be there. So our plan for DAX, because like I said, we've got this weekend, if anybody's in the Minnesota Red Wing area. So what's that? That's like east central. It's not northern. It's Red Wing. It's right there, right? The Red Wing's like just a few minutes away from it. But at Treasure Island is a DAX Minnesota show. That's this weekend. Then in 2 weeks is the DAX Tinley Park show. So our plan is we will be dropping the kids off at school in the morning and then driving up there. So we won't do any of the classes Friday morning, but we should get there probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So we should get there right before show opens, and then we'll be up there Friday. We're staying Friday night on property, and then we'll do the. If you haven't been to DAX show, I highly recommend it. Well, one of the best things about those shows is that Scott Margie will put on a dinner afterwards too. So on Friday night, there's a nice spread of food, and so you can eat off that. And then we go, freshen up at the hotel in a room, and then we end up back down in the hotel bar, and there's some amazing conversations to be had there. So that is the plan. So Lon, yes, definitely find me. 3D. Okay, that makes more sense. Ooh, 26, sunny Iowa Sprite. Dennis, where you at in Iowa? I was a square. Where else you at in it? I even dropped it and it's still running. Yeah. Remember that? It fell 2 foot and it broke off the entire ink delivery system, and I just had to replace a few parts, and the thing is running. It's running great. So, yeah, it's amazing. Sandy, good morning to you. What will you offer VIP dates? So the VIP program is this. We're going back and forth on it. We have it's $50 a month, and what that's going to give you is priority production service. So right now our typical turnaround time on DTF transfers is 3 to 5 business days. If you need it sooner, then you need to pay for the upgraded service, whether that's 2-day prints at 10%, next day at 25, or same day as long as it's ordered by 10 for 50%. So we're actually going to, when we did the math on it, we're going to lose money on this because of what we know the people are signing up for, what they on average spend a month. But it's all about that, that consistent recurring revenue. So we have that. We know, yep, we can count on this each month for it. But what you're going to do is move up to priority production. So everything will ship out within 2 days. Most things will ship out by next day, and some stuff will even ship out same day. So you'll be at the front of the line for stuff, which is great. Now, it will not include the shipping because, hey, shipping can be crazy. We have a few customers that just standard UPS shipping to get to them for a 16 by 3 by 3 box that's under £1, it's like $20 because they live outside of delivery areas and stuff. So shipping, we will not get the free upgrade on shipping, but you will get it on the production side of it. You'll also get your own unique discount code. So that's good on standard prints and on ready to press transfers. So you'll be able to use your own unique discount code on that. And then we're going to give you $25 credit a month to use on our ready to press DTF transfers. So it's a use it or lose it type of thing. Every month you get a $25 basic discount code to be able to use for those. So that's what's going to happen in there. That's going to start up next month, and we're pretty excited about that. We're just finishing up the details on it. What's your business focus, Sandy? What? Yeah, Sandy, tell us what your business focus is. Juan says, I'll be there. Got my room reserved and all. I'll leave early that Friday morning. Yeah. So for us, they said we figured it out one time. If I turn out of my street, it's a right turn, a left turn, a left turn, a left turn, a left turn, an exit, a left turn, a right turn, and a right turn on the property. I mean, it's a straight shot from us. Once we get it in the interstate, it is pretty easy to get to for us. And Sandy says mostly embroidery, but t-shirts, tumblers, etc. too. You're welcome, Jerry. We'll look at this, making connections. We talked to you about embroidery. I don't do embroidery, but I'm looking for someone local to work with. Woo! Make that connection, folks. Yeah. Sandy does amazing embroidery. I love when she does her spring stuff because right now we'll see it, right, Sandy? Sandy will start doing some spring designs, which that's when I usually see, the more honeybee stuff, which I'm always fascinated with. So Sandy will do those, and we'll see that. Sandy, are we going to see you at Tinley Park this year? Are we going to see you there? But that's what we got going on here. Also, second quarter, end of first quarter is Friday. Second quarter opens up. Second quarter starts on Saturday, right? Yeah, which means that our first show of the second quarter is on Monday. So we will, be talking about second quarter goals, see where we were for those first quarter things, see what stuff was there. Because this first quarter, I'm not gonna lie, this first quarter was difficult for us. There's some things that happened that I wasn't prepared for. That really changed how the business is going forward. So we had those complications we had to deal with. That we're still dealing with. So we've got a lot of stuff going on there, and I think we'll be good to talk about them on Monday. We'll see how it all plays out, but for the most part, we'll get it from there. Ooh, Renee, let's see. Where can we find this? Let me see about pulling that. I got to go to the other screen over here, and let me see about pulling that up. Where you can go fill out let's see, sheets. We'll pull that up and we'll see where everybody's goals were for it, because I do believe I have that was in a form, right? It was a form. That's what it was. I can pull up the form, and then we can put that stuff in here. Is it goals? Is it this one? And it is that one. So now I can go to responses, and then I can view it in sheets. And yeah, Yeah, because there's only a few of you. There's only a few of you. There's only a few of you that did this. So actually, I'm going to let's see. We want to copy the link. Yeah, we want to shorten that. We want to copy this, and I'm going to post it in the YouTube side of things. So make sure that if you're on YouTube, you click here. You can go here and fill it out. Here's a list of where you can go and fill out your goals. And we're going to bring it up. We'll talk about we'll look at it right now. Yeah, we'll just look at it right now, and we will see, looking where that stuff is. Right? What am I even trying to say, folks? I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm trying to share a screen that is not letting me share a screen. There it is. Now it's letting me share a screen, so we can somewhat mess around with it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So here's where we are in goals, because there was just 6 of us that got in there. So our 3-month goal. So this is stuff we're going to have by the end of this month, right? We're going to have the studio build out and branding for social media switch over to Crafting with Cash. Renee was update website daily with at least 5 new items a week. Brian was have marketing email every week and social media post every day, minimum 1 reel every week, and reset on the website. Lavinia was going to increase her sales on Shopify and Etsy. Mandy was get social media posting schedule and a constant routine. And Christina was heal fully from root fracture in tube and lung. So yeah, those are that's a goal right there. But that's what we had for a 3-month goal. So, we're all about seeing, seeing what we can do with that. And we're going to talk more about that. But right click, copy paste, go there, put in your goals. Let's do this together and make a great thing. Look at me being all organized. I try to be. I'm getting better and better and better. Yes, Friday and Saturday in Tinley. Great. We get to see you. Ooh. Matt and I will see you guys at Dax. Sweet. I'm assuming Tinley Park. That's what I'm assuming. We will not be in Dax, Minnesota this weekend. I will not be there. In fact, I got asked on, I think it was Friday or Saturday. They're like, hey, any chance you can be there and help out in the booth? And so we really looked at it and was like, oh, we probably could. But then when we looked at the week to realize everything that we've got going on this week, it was just going to be a really tough sale to be there, because I think it's like a 6-hour drive, and for the most part that meant we would have to leave on Thursday, and we were already cutting things short because we've got stuff going on tomorrow and Wednesday, and it's like that is not going to happen. Oh, so that reminds me, the next Friday also there will be no rush services for DTF printing because we won't be here, so we've got all of that stuff. But I think for the most part, we've got everything taken care of. We've got invoice to do, quotes to do, press shirts, print DTF, ship orders. Oh, emails. Here's my thing. If you need something from me, the best way to contact me is through email. And what does that mean? It means, I'm going to put it right here. The easiest way, let's see, is going to be fatdadcd.com. Here's my email. If you need something, email us. Email us, because, hey, we don't, we don't have, email is the best way. One, on Facebook messages, Instagram messages, TikTok messages, those aren't monitored all the time, right? We do our best to do it, even on the business page. What will happen is we get a lot of stuff that comes in from foreign vendors that just want to, us to sell their stuff or carry their stuff or ask this. So we try and monitor it the best we can. Email is something that I check 2 to 3 times a day, so I know that stuff is going to be checked in there. The other things is, if you get invoicing from us, if you get shipping notifications from us, the email that those come from is an unmonitored email. So we go in and clear it out every once in a while and see, but it's not something that we regularly, try to go in and make sure that everything is good with it. So if you reply to, hey, I haven't seen this yet, well, I'm not going to see that. It might be 3 or 4 or 5 days before I see that, if we even see it at all. So, don't reply to anything shipping or anything invoicing or anything like that, because it could go to the Square side of things too, which that messaging rarely gets checked. It's like, oh, what is this up here? because it's not something we continuously use. So the Todd at Fat Dad CD is the best one to be able to reach us on, as far as like Instagram messages and Facebook messaging and things like that. When it comes in the email, one, I can set it up on Monday and have things to be able to check up on, go back on, and do that. When it's the other ways, it's a real tough for us to keep track of it. So I'm not perfect by any means, and I'm not big enough to have somebody to handle all that stuff for us. So, things can get lost. So this is how I know things won't get lost, is if you just go to this guy right here, Fat Dad CD, and then you'll be able to check us out and get it from there. So that's the thing right there. Make sure to go there. The other thing is we had somebody ask more questions about packaging and shipping items and the different stuff we use. If you head over to fatdadcd.com, that'll get you over to our link tree. Just about everything that we use is in there, where you can find all of our info is in there, everything. And I'll make sure that gets updated today too. I'm going to put that on my list here. Update link tree. And then, which leads us to Tuesday with Todd, which I'm pretty sure we'll be back next Tuesday, because then it won't be back the following Tuesday because of the school thing. But somebody asked about QR codes and Bitly links and link trees. And so I think we might do something all about links, the link tree, the Bitly, QR codes, how to set those all up. So I think that's going to be the next Tuesday with Todd that we do. But like I said, we got a busy week here, and sitting my ass isn't going to get our stuff done. So it means I need to get up and get moving, get some stuff rocking and rolling. Thank you all for joining me. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can find all of our information right there, fatdadcd.com. We'll be back here Wednesday morning with another fun edition of Morning Mindset. Thanks for joining us. Please like, subscribe. Hey, that really helps the algorithms. We see stuff. We just crossed 2,000 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So that was awesome. That happened over the weekend. Thank you very much for that. Next goal is 3,000. So let's help get us there. You guys have an amazing, amazing day. Do everything you can to, be successful today. Things might not always go as planned. Things might not always work out, but just keep after it and things will get better. Peace, love, press on. We will see you guys next time.